Alright, so tonight's veto episode really wasn't that exciting, but there were some good parts and some things I want to talk about, so let's get to it. Memphis just, to me, really isn't all that likable. He doesn't try to be anything he's not. He doesn't try to be more of a friendly, amicable person. He's just very, Grandpa Memphis. And yeah, he really tried it with that deal with Nicole, and Nicole really wasn't for it, and I don't blame her. She didn't go for it, put him on the block, and she's like, yeah, I really don't like him. So Enzo and Cody both have not seen The Block. I would love, and I will love, seeing one of them on The Block soon, just to spice things up. It really is seeming like Cody will win it all, and Christmas read that right. Christmas, with the whole baby talk to the duck, was a little weird. I thought the whole teapot segment was pretty funny. I have no clue how Enzo has never used a kettle. I can't believe he was just like boiling it in a pot and then just transferring it over. I mean, whatever gets the job done, but he was saying that a kettle is not really all that manly because of the sound it makes, and Cody was just like, what? Christmas was pitching to get Cody on The Block to Enzo, and to Nicole, she was trying it as well, and it's kind of like talking to a wall because neither one of them want that. They want to go with Cody to the end, and I'm not sure if they realize they won't win. Maybe Nicole does. There was a really heartfelt talk about cancer. Cody was talking about his girlfriend and Christmas, about her mom. And as someone whose mom is a survivor of breast cancer, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I think it was very fitting that they showed this talk. I think it's very important. I did, however, find it funny that Cody was talking about his girlfriend, and everybody says that Christmas loves talking about herself, and we've seen it, and in this moment, of course, she couldn't help bringing it up. And after the fact, Cody's face is just like, did he zone out? Is he just so used to it? He's just like, but all that aside, I do think it showed more of a human side to Christmas and her emphasis on family and her speaking about mortality. That's exactly how I felt when my mom was going through all of that. The Mulan segment between Enzo and Tyler's pet cow, it just reminded me how I really thought this was going to be a battle between Tyler's side, Cody's side, and didn't really get that. So yeah, I think it just made me a little disappointed and sad. BB Comics, I'm always excited to see BB Comics. I did see some of the comics beforehand. There were some articles and they showed them, but it was nice to see the other ones that I didn't see yet. They did Ian dirty with his face. I don't know, it doesn't, Ian's way cuter than that. Janelle looked great, of course. They gave her the bombshell and she was killing it. I thought Bae actually looked really pretty as well. She looked like a real superhero. I'm basically saying what Enzo said, but yeah, I liked her Bailey's comic book. Cody saying Kaser is the king of what? He didn't understand King Kaser. And I was just like, it just made me so sick to hear that. Hello? He's just jealous because he wishes he was a king like Kaser. He joked about Keisha about not knowing her, and he was like, oh yeah, she was on our season and I got rid of her, and it was just like, was so annoyed when he didn't know who she was and he kept saying her name wrong. Like, he has to know Keisha. He mimicked Danny and what her response would be to her comic book cover. I didn't expect her comic book cover had to do with Dominic and that alliance that she had from her previous season. I don't know. I guess I expected something about her thinking she was the mastermind of this season. I don't know. Cody's an attractive guy, and I can say that. I feel that it really helps him in the game because it makes him more likable and girls fall for him. But I will say that comic book version of him didn't do him justice. I totally knew that Enzo would suck at this competition. It was just not his thing. He's not good at these type of stuff. And I don't know, maybe this could be a reason Cody would take Enzo over Nicole or pick Enzo over Nicole, because he's not really great at competitions, even though he did win some this season. But Enzo saying he won't listen to Nicole's podcast was kind of mean. It was funny, but I was like, oh, he said he would listen to it if he's on it, so at least there's that. Tyler was done so dirty in his BB comic. His original BB comic was way kinder to him. This one was like, oh, yeah. Don't think he'll be framing this one. Kevin's face in his comic was pretty funny. That sad Eeyore face that he puts on. Enzo made a funny comment about it. He was like, that's Kevin's face when, you know, he's going on the block again. Memphis was so out of breath and so exhausted from doing that. That was a total sign that he had to keep on doing it. So I kind of figured his time wouldn't be that great. Nicole's strategy would be exactly what I would have done. Arrange it first in the order that you see and then look at the small details and focus on that. I think that is the best strategy and the best way to approach this. I loved when Nicole was complaining about the serial killer, how her comic is, and comparison to Janelle's, and she's like, I guess somebody has to be the pretty one, somebody has to be the bombshell, and then, you know, I get serial killer. But it was pretty funny. Nicole always gets funny ones that have to do with her costume. I'm surprised they didn't use Janelle's star costume. They just didn't want to miss an opportunity to do the bombshell angle. So yeah, Cody came close to Nicole's time, but the nominees were pretty far from it. Yeah, I guess Christmas being scared of heights, and it definitely wasn't the competition for her. Nicole's had practice. No, this is her third season. But yeah, Nicole obviously didn't use the veto. In the back of my mind, I guess there was a small sliver of hope that she would do something crazy. But yeah, it stays the way it is, and eviction is coming up. Either Memphis or Christmas will go home. Well, I guess to the jury house. So yeah, share your thoughts with me in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.